Well, folks, we did it. We have officially made it to the end of Resident Alien Season 2. Is this the end? It feels like the end, right? I don't know. Did they say it's only 8 episodes? This didn't feel like a finale. It just felt like we had another couple episodes coming out after it. Weird, man. I don't know. Man, wow. This season's been something else. Honestly, I don't think it's been perfect. And I've said this in every episode. You feel the budget and COVID affecting this season. I think more than anything, you feel like the story is treading water a little bit, because if this is the end, and I feel like it is, maybe the finale of the season, maybe it's the mid-season finale, and they're going to do what the Nevers did and just come back later for no reason. It makes no sense to me. I don't think this is a solid ending. It just didn't wrap up any storylines, except for maybe one. Mike got his conclusion. The sheriff learned to move on from his grievance. So that's literally the only resolution we fully get in here. I guess the Asta and Jay story gets resolved because she's going to be 18 and suddenly they are more comfortable talking to each other and they're going to hang out. But that was really, really underutilized this season. It was an emotional beat in the first season. Part of Asta's grieving as a character was the relationship with Jay. It's hardly mentioned in this season. I wonder why. Whatever. So, in the last episode, we saw that everybody came to Harry's house to surprise him with a birthday cake. Well, it's here. The egg is hatching. It fully hatches in this episode, and it's just kind of like, hey, let's fumble around sitcom style to hide the alien or catch the alien before it makes a disturbance to everybody in the room. And there's some good moments in here. It's kind of funny. You think it's going to go a certain way, like, oh, the alien's in the punch bowl. How are we going to drink it? Oh, it tastes different. Like, that kind of stuff. Oh, you and your good nose smelling the sulfur. It's kind of funny. There's some good moments in there. But ultimately, it feels like we're just treading water right now, where we kind of have to tease we got another season coming on, if we actually do, because I don't think they've confirmed another season at this point for the show, or additional episodes. I don't think they've confirmed any of that. So if this is it, nothing's really resolved. Like, it feels very much like, yeah, we're coming. Don't worry. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this episode. I did laugh a lot at the stuff with Ben. Ben, I say it every time, he's a fantastic character. Just the cuck of the town, where he talks to everybody and he does all these things for everybody. Throws this party together to get Harry to come back to be the doctor. It's funny stuff, and he gets some good moments with his wife where Kate just kind of like finally reveals to him, I hate it here, I don't want to be here, I feel trapped in our marriage, and I feel trapped with this kid, I don't want to have another kid. She's actually pregnant. We do full on reveal that Kate is actually pregnant with another kid. However that's going to impact the story going forward, who's to say? Because that conflict kind of becomes one major moment of the episode, and then it doesn't. They talk about how they don't talk anymore, and they only have sex, and that leads to them having sex, which... it's a funny moment. I did laugh. I'm like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing there. Your whole relationship's built on, sex, and that's how you guys stay together. But wouldn't it be more like, good for you guys to actually talk this through and have this communication? Whatever. And that's it. That's all that does. So I'm like, okay, that's, I guess, is a resolution to your story. Not really. Doesn't add much to anything, honestly. And Liv. The whole season we've been teasing her finding the aliens, and she doesn't find proof. She just gets a sneaking suspicion because she hears a familiar beat that she heard when she was a kid to the alien underneath the table. Maybe have her find the alien? Like, that would have been a nice moment just to, like, add everything there, but okay, I'll take it or leave it. It didn't take away from the experience. I'm just like, this is a lot of just, hey, we have to sneak into the basement to grab ice, and then we're going to, pretend the alien's not here, and oh, we're going to keep everybody indoors to pretend the alien's not outside, and it's a lot of that. And I think as like a finale to your season, I understand why you're doing it. If you did a lot of expensive stuff earlier on, sure, take a minute to have all your characters come together and show their good strength, Why not? Darcy and Ben kiss gets resolved. That's not what Kate's upset about. She's more upset that you lied to me about what you were doing with the town. It looks like the town is actually going to be getting its big resort come this season. And like, cool. that's an ending plot. That's a plot you'd see in an ending here. So I'm fine with that. And some of the other stuff is just, yeah, this is weird. We do open up with our little, like FBI man who's been trying to like find the alien. He's got like the ball because Zahar left it there in his place. He goes to meet Linda Hamilton, and he's like, something else is going on here. I have the ball. He gets shot and then falls into a river. Probably not dead, because he is a main character. I say main character when he was a big plot in the first season. It had absolutely nothing in the second season. So that's a big character. I guess he's important. Because if they kill him, that's very anticlimactic. It's like last episode, we killed the other lady. Why? So we're teasing this big threat coming in? We actually liked this guy. That's why I don't think he's dead, because he's actually a good guy. And we see an alien shot him with a human gun. So these people that Harry and Sam were connected to in New York, they're actually an alien race looking to take over the world. And the baby alien that Harry has, it's actually Goliath impersonating a baby somehow, osmosis or something. And he's like, yo, there's aliens coming to this planet. They're here. Our people aren't coming because they're scared of these guys. You got to stop these guys from taking over the world. Invasion of the Body Snatcher style. Except now we're also invaded the body, but you got to stop them from doing it first. And that's cool. Where was that this season? Like, we got so much just treading water again. That's what it feels like. And it didn't add anything. And I just like, oh, that's cool. Harry gets shot. Darcy sees that he might be an alien. We don't reveal it because that's where we end the episode, where Harry's shot but he doesn't die, and Asta kills the alien that shot him. Cool. Just get everybody involved. I like, this is the thing with this trope that I think kind of gets overlooked at times and just kind of becomes annoying, right? There is something about hiding it from the town that gets repetitive, and we just stop believing that it's authentic. So I think if you just break the silence and have everybody in that room who's part of our main cast know the truth, you could have an easier story going forward. That's just me. Whether that's the case or not, I don't care. It's just a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing happening this season. And that, I think, just really emulated in this episode. Because only a few stories get resolved. Nothing truly major happens except the reveal of aliens on Earth already. But we kind of already knew that because Harry's here. So, I don't know. It was a whole lot of interesting ideas that didn't really go anywhere. And I think that kind of affected my viewing of this, where you just expect this to go into the more comedic route, and it didn't. Again, there's some funny moments with Ben, some funny moments where we see, Mike has to use the bathroom. A lot of fart jokes this season, too. I don't know. It didn't work for me perfectly. And that might be my biggest problem with this season, was it tried to do so much without really doing anything. And that kind of sucks. But we do get the return of Zahar and Max for some reason. Why were they absent for like 4 episodes? I don't know. They just feel like they just vanished. And they come into like the main plot, but they don't really do anything. They just find Asta and Dan, and then nothing else happens. They don't add to the story. They just kind of show up. Harry doesn't interact with them. They just acknowledge with the cast that, hey, there's an alien outside. We know that. They kind of be like, the Men in Black people took Dr. Ethan. We know that too. So we know more than the actual characters, which makes it hard to like the characters. So as we're like, come on, you should know this by now. But again, I will commend Alan Tudyk for doing some great performances. Just the vocal patterns he does just to sound like, get out of my house. I want the pie. Everyone's safe here. That kind of stuff. It's pretty funny, and it does good, and he does good in that role. But this episode is probably one of my least favorite of the season. And I've defended a lot of the other parts of the season. Like that feminist episode that everyone was bitching and moaning about. I thought it made sense because that's how Harry's going to learn the inequalities of Earth. But this one, there are some good moments, I guess. But overall, I'm just like, you put a lot of pee jokes in. And that was weird, wasn't it? That was weird. I like what they did with Kate this season. Like, actually having her realize she's not happy in her life and she wants to move. Why do we just make her, like, the symbol of just, like, the weirdest sex objects? Like, throughout the entirety of this season, she has had BDSM jokes, dildo jokes, getting pissed on jokes. Like, why was that the choice we made? It seems very odd to me. Because she's the mom? Is it because she's like the housewife and she's just like that school teacher, so it's kind of naughty that she likes, promiscuous sex, it really felt out of place at times. And it was more funny in the beginning of the season when her and her husband were just having rampant sex and trying these new things. But then it just became like a defining feature of her, where if she got a little bit drunk or a little bit horny, all she did was just like act like a child humping whatever. It was very weird, but I don't know. I guess that's a funny moment. It was an okay episode, I will say. Like, you got there, you revealed us the big plot for a season that may never come, but I will commend you for having the balls to have your season finale all in one location. Like, we are in two other places maybe once. The beginning of the episode when Linda Hamilton witnesses a murder, and when Max and Zahar leave Ellen as their babysitter. That's it. The only time we're at the cabin. So good job for that. That's kind of cool, I guess. I like one location things. I just think doing like the sitcom style where we have to catch the alien before anybody does anything, it got repetitive fast, and you really felt the weight of that. So this entire season has been hit or miss for me. This episode was more of a miss, but I will commend it for taking the chances on a show like Resident Alien, because with the characterizations of certain people, it definitely feels like a product of the 2020s, and that's kind of cool to see. Something actually being special, something actually taking chances to do something original. So good for you, man. Good for everybody involved in this show. Kind of cool. I hope it gets more, because I would like to see this story continue, maybe in a better season of stronger characterizations, but we'll see what happens. Not bad overall. Just not great. So thank you guys so much for watching this review and this entire season of reviews for Resident Alien Season 2. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. But before that, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and then you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.